More than half of all employees in Switzerland don't have contracts guaranteeing a minimum wage. Hotel and restaurant staff, cleaners, construction workers and gardeners seem to be particularly vulnerable. Sandra Ann Goebelbecker worked for 5 years in a supermarket and was paid 21 francs 50 per hour, working 10-hour shifts.
We had
2 wages in our family, but it wasn't enough. I have 3 kids, and I had to work on Sundays because we couldn't find a childminder. I noticed how bad it was when you have to work so many hours and get very little respect from the clients.
Even these Swiss employees, who maintain the slopes in an alpine ski resort, only receive 20 francs per hour.
We have now in Switzerland around 400,000 people who can't live with what they earn. Most of them are women, and when I speak of people who can't live with what they earn, that are people that have a 100% job.
The Federation is calling for a minimum wage of 22 francs per hour, or around 4,000 francs per month for a working week of 42 hours to cope with the high cost of living. They also want all branches to have collective agreements for their staff that protect the minimum wage.
Our first goal is to have as many collective contracts with minimum wages that we can. When we can't arrive with that, we have this initiative we're talking now about, so we can guarantee that people don't earn less than 4,000 Swiss francs.
But Ruth Dera-Ballador from the Swiss Employers Association says introducing a legal minimum wage would drive business away.
I think that's important for Switzerland to be able to set the wages, and then the firms can attract the best people. If this law comes into force, we would lose quite a lot of jobs. We would have enterprises saying, okay, we close down the production site in Switzerland, going outside, and we would have problems for people coming into the market.
Peter Launer rejects the claims.
We don't have high taxes. We have highly qualified people who work here, so it's very attractive to run a business in Switzerland. We don't think that businesses will leave the country only because they have to pay a minimum wage.
We need to be able to pay the salary which the firm can pay, and not the salary is needed. Because then we have, on the other hand, quite sophisticated rules how a family who has not enough money to live on can get some help from the government, from the state.
The trouble is, you have to pay social benefits back. These are debts. It's not like in Germany where social benefits don't have to be paid back. And we don't want to become a state full of dependent people.
The supporters of the initiative handed over 111,000 signatures to the government in Bern. The same issue was put to the test in 2011, with local votes in cantons Vaud, Neuchâtel and Geneva. Neuchâtel voters agreed to the minimum wage being written into the cantonal constitution, while the other cantons turned it down. The federal government has to give its views on the initiative before the issue is put to a nationwide vote.